Season 2 is quickly approaching. Here's some quick items that you can stock up on to help you hit the ground running. Alright guys, one of the first things you want to farm for are going to be crystallization catalysts that are blueprints and the materials for them. So real quickly here, you're going to want to get murky energy residue. Now there is a really fun farm in the unknown laboratory here. If you farm the unknown laboratory with a team of 4 and make it all the way to the cliffside, you will have 99% of the time 2 elites there that spawn 11 to 17 of these murky energy residues at a time, so you can get up to 34 of them, which is probably the best farm in the game. Again, I highly recommend you do this with 4 people in a pre-made team. You don't want to load in and then just abandon other people that are randomly joining midway through, because that's just a bad experience for everybody. Macromolecule biogel, these are super easy to farm out. You're going to want to go into the Echo Swamp, and you're going to farm this outpost right here. You go to the Muskeg Swamp outpost, go straight north. You're going to have a little cliff here, and once you nuke every enemy in this outpost, I recommend Freyna, Ultimate Freyna, and you can get yourself anywhere from, I think it's 11 to 22 macromolecule biogel at any given time, and have a chance at an amorphous material. For mixed energy residue, you're going to want to be Enzo, because this will require you to open encrypted vaults. I definitely would choose Mirage Stone, as there are plenty of encrypted vaults that can spawn in this small little area here on this cliffside. Just keep activating your receive and you will get pointed in the right direction if there's one there. I think there's 3 opportunities to spawn right here. There's a cave and some on the cliffside, and you can follow this around to this cliffside, and there's a chance for an encrypted vault there. And if you're really desperate, you can make your way all the way out here to the big spiky ball, and there can be an encrypted vault on the last cube over there. Again, Enzo is going to make this really easy because he's just a pro at opening vaults. And for our last item are the advanced neuro circuits, the blue brains. These suckers, you're going to want to go to White Knight Gulch. You're going to want to be on hard for that. You're going to go to White Knight Gulch, and you're going to come up here to the shipment base. I would highly recommend going to this fast travel point and then doing the Fortress Courtyard mission. You can start this mission and head to the first green waypoint right here, kill the elite, get some blue brains, abort, and restart the mission. This is a very quick loop, and you can get 3 to 5 per run. If you team this up with somebody, you can have one person start the mission and one person kill the elite, and then swap after 10 or so iterations of that, so nobody loses out on any loot. Really good, really quick, fast farm. And of course, we do have the crystallization catalyst blueprints. I highly recommend that you do 400% infiltrations for these, so that you can get 2 guaranteed amorphous materials at the end, because I have never run a 400% infiltration and not met the score threshold. Just make sure that you choose the right amorphous material before you start, and you can just blitz through them and get 2 amorphous materials for just a few minutes worth of work. All right, next up on our list of things that we want to prepare for Season 2 are going to be our energy activators. Now, these can be a little bit rough to get, as the blueprint drop chance for them is pretty low no matter which amorphous material that you get. But for the regular materials, they're pretty quick and easy to get. You can see I have many of each of them. So for the low carbon activators, you're going to want to go to the reactor in Kingston in the Grand Square. You're going to go to this void reactor, and you're going to kill the bosses that are there. It's not going to cost you anything to start this up, but you can start it up, and there are 2 bosses that show up that each drop a set of those low carbon activators for you, allowing you to stack them very quickly. Our second item is going to be the conductive metallic foil, and these, you're again going to want to be Enzo, and you're going to want to head into Vespers, and you're going to want to go to any area in here and find yourself a good encrypted vault route, and just open as many encrypted vaults as you can, from commons up to the ultra rare ones that are purple, and you'll get plenty in order to help you keep building these. Thirdly, we have the heat plasma batteries, and this one will probably be the worst one for you to grind. And I say worst because the best place for this is going to probably be the old mystery here in Hagios. You're going to want to travel through until you hit an area where you have to clear a bunch of enemies. I think in the previous versions of this, it was a stand and cap the points in that area. Now it's just eliminate a bunch of bad guys, and you will have anywhere from, I think, 20 to 30 batteries drop per run. And again, if you're in a team of 4, you can automatically abort and just restart it. But I really only recommend that if you're a team of 4, because you don't want to impact the experience of somebody else that's in there. And last but not least, polyatomic ion particles. I think we're all pretty familiar with this. And the best place to get this is going to be the command relay on the fortress. And you're going to want to be in hard mode for this. I don't know why I went to normal mode there, but you're going to come to the command relay here in the fortress, and you're just going to clear all the ads out here. You'll get anywhere from 11 to 20 per run. Very quick, very easy. And great to restart. And you can also hit this outpost down here if you really want to, for a chance at some more amorphous materials. And then of course the energy activator blueprints. As I said before, when you're doing 400% operations, you can select the opposite amorphous material to get an energy activator blueprint from it. Unfortunately, we don't have any amorphous materials in the game that have both an energy activator and a crystallization catalyst in it, but make sure when you choose the amorphous material from an infiltration that you are choosing the correct one with an energy activator blueprint aside. Otherwise, you'll have the one that has a crystallization catalyst blueprint. Win-win either way. So another material that I highly recommend that you stock up on for the new season are going to be the Fine Adjustment Control Axis. These are the items that let you re-roll the stats and affixes on your weapons. We are getting 2 new weapons here in the new season of the First Descendant. You're going to get Voltia and Hammer Anvil. Voltia is supposed to be really good with Void Erosion Control, but in addition to those 2 weapons, we're supposed to be getting a lot of really good weapon buffs, some auto rifles, which I am so excited for. So stock up on as many of these as you possibly can without breaking the bank, because you're going to need them to start re-rolling your weapons. Moving down, you're also going to want a bunch of precise ion accelerators. So for those that don't know, your reactors are going to be able to go from level 2 up to level 5. And currently they cost precise ion accelerators in order to upgrade. So you're going to want to stock up on some of these so you can take your activators from 2 to level 5. It's going to be a nice, quick, and easy power jump for you, and it's going to help you keep up with the new content that's coming in the game. Also, to prep for Season 2, you're going to want to go to your Battle Pass and make sure that you have spent all of your Battle Shop coins. I know the shop isn't really that impressive and the prices are kind of wild, but make sure you spend them all, because if you don't use them, you just end up losing them. Same with the Battle Supply Shop. You're probably going to have an excess of supply coins because of the extra ones that they've given you for the season, but just make sure that you claim all the rewards on here, because once the season is gone, you will not be able to collect these anymore. The same goes for all the rewards on your battle pass. Keep in mind, the end of the battle pass, they also gave you a free crystallization catalyst and energy activator, which more than makes up for the cost of the battle pass in general. So this is very worthwhile to purchase the battle pass and just collect everything that's on there. You'll have a good set of boosters. You get some caliber. You get quite a bit from there. And again, if you don't claim these items before the season ends, I'm pretty sure they just evaporate and you lose them completely. So make sure to grab all of those. Back on our main screen, 2 other things that you really want to try and stock up on for the next season are going to be your Kyper shards and your gold. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do both of these here. The way that I find to be the most effective is by doing your invasions every single day. Your invasions will give you 1.25 million gold per clear, and you can do each invasion spot twice during a day, and there are 2 different invasions in a day. So that means you can do 4 invasions a day, and you can get up to, or at a minimum, 5 million gold by doing your invasions every day. That is an extraordinarily generous amount of gold for the game to be giving you just by doing some simple missions in a day. Now, invasions have been brought down to a manageable level for all skill levels, and they have matchmaking so you can load in with randoms or a team of your own to take care of these and get a lot of free gold, and you can get some Kyper with them. But the best place for me that I have found to get Kyper is going to be in the 400% dungeons, infiltrations that are also part of the invasions every day. Now, these will rotate, but why I say these are good for Kyper is you get mods like crazy that drop on the ground from random mobs all of the time. And you can take those mods over to Cillian in Albion, break them down for Kyper, which is a really, really good way to, one, free up your inventory of mods and dismantle them for lots and lots of Kyper. Now, say you've done all your invasions for the day. You need more gold because you can never have enough. One of the best ways to get gold, which is also probably one of the most boring ways, is to load into an area that has an outpost and make sure you're on private, and you can do what's called a Valby run. And a Valby run is where you destroy all of the consoles in an outpost, and then you have your Valby just circle the inside of the outpost over and over and over until the timer runs out. It's going to be about 3 minutes, and ads are going to continuously spawn. And if you don't kill the boss during that 3 minutes, you will, like I said, have basically an infinite amount of ads that spawn, and they will keep dropping gold for you. And it is a very effective way to farm gold, but it's also extremely boring. I do recommend just going straight for your infiltrations for the day and doing 400% dungeons, infiltrations, whatever you want to call them, for both your gold and your Kyper, as it's way more fun. And you will get amorphous materials for crystallization catalyst blueprints, or an amorphous material for energy activator blueprints, which ties back into the first two things you should be farming for the next season. Now, let's say you have all the gold and Kyper that you want. You have all of the energy activators you want and crystallization catalysts. The other thing that we can do is, we know that Ultimate Sharon is coming in the new season along with Keelan. So you could go and you could farm out a reactor for Sharon, which currently I think Electric Fusion is going to be the best shots for her, because all of her damage skills are currently fusion, and she is also an Electric Descendant, of course. So you could come to Mirage Stone here for this week. And again, if you ever want to figure out how to farm out items, you're going to go to your map, and then there's going to be a difficulty level rewards option down here. Depending on what your platform is, we'll change the hotkey for it. And then you can select which type of reactor that you want to farm. So for Sharon, you're going to look at Electric Fusion. And if you select this area here on Mirage Stone, it'll tell you, look, you can farm anywhere in Mirage Stone for electric and diffusion reactors. Again, there's an outpost up here that I referenced for a Valby run earlier. You could knock out a lot of birds with one Valby doing a specific Valby run here. This is personally where I farmed my Sharon reactors, and I got every single one that I wanted. If you want to farm a Keelan reactor, we know he's going to be toxic. However, we do not know really which subtype he's going to be. There's a lot of speculation. So you could go for any one of these here. It's a complete gamble right now because we just don't know what his subtype is going to be. And you can farm out reactors for him as well. One last quick reminder of something that could help to stack up and prepare for the next season is stocking up on your premium and your standard ETA vouchers. The season's going to launch on a Thursday, so you might not have a lot of time to refill these if you do not have them maxed out already. So when you're running all those amorphous materials and you get all those extra parts, you can trade them into ETA 0 for some of these vouchers, and you get some of the vouchers just by completing the 400% infiltrations as well. So 400%, you heard it a lot. It's probably going to be one of the ways you want to go because you get so much from them. And there you go, guys. That's a quick rundown of all the items that you could possibly store up currently to hit the ground running in Season 2 when it hits. As you can see on screen, we have a lot of stuff coming to us in Season 2. This is the most accurate roadmap that Nexon has published for us for the First Descendant. I personally am so excited for the goodest of boys, our doggo companion, who's going to be doing so much for us in terms of quality of life, but there are so many other things that are on there. As always, we stream every night over on Twitch. If you could drop us a like, sub here on YouTube, a follow over on Twitch, anything that you could possibly do to show some support would mean the world to us. And as always, we have the best community on the First Descendant over in Discord. You can find all the links below, and I hope to see you there sometime. As for now, Zero out.